Hey folks, this is Waylon Lewis coming to you live from Boulder, Colorado. I haven't been doing enough of these live videos. I did one yesterday with a wonderful journalist, Michael Resendez, who is played by Mark Ruffalo in Spotlight, which is a wonderful movie about the role of really any caring human being, but specifically journalists, to bring corruption and sadness and badness to light. And so the title of today's video is a Lojong slogan. I think I always have a Lojong book. This is actually kind of a funny Buddhist cliche. I always have a Lojong book within arm's reach. I didn't actually even know I had them. But not only do I have one, I have two. And these are wonderful books, Training the Mind and Cultivating Loving Kindness. There's also a book called Start Where You Are by Pema Chodron. And this slogan, when the world is filled with evil, I thought was appropriate for right now. So Buddhism isn't big on good versus evil. We're all fundamentally good, A-OK. And there isn't really evil out there. The only real evil is those who would cause unnecessary suffering out of their own misplaced selfishness. And what is that selfishness? We're all selfish. You're selfish. I'm selfish. We all fall into that. We're not fundamentally selfish, but we fall into that because we want to be happy. Good people, bad people, everyone wants to be happy. Republicans, Democrats, rich, poor, black, white, Asian, Latino, we all want to be happy. Men, women, children, we all want to be happy. So that's the fundamental Buddhist point of view, is that we want to be happy, and many of us get caught up in being selfish about it. We think the way to be happy is to get I need a yellow Lambo with the doors that go like that, and then I'll be happy. When really, happiness is one soup kitchen away, right? Eleanor Roosevelt had this quote that I repeat a lot, that said when she discovered that serving others and being kind made her happy. She'd had a really miserable childhood. She was ugly and quote unquote, and her, she had a difficult relationship with her parents. And she said, when I discovered serving others made me happy, I never wanted to do anything else. So from the Buddhist point of view, being a benefit is the surest and quickest way to get out of your own misery, right? If I'm depressed and resentful and full of self-pity, all of that could be well-founded and understandable. But the best way to solve that is not to wallow in that and to get on Netflix or whatever and just, eat ice cream and resent people. Resentful ice cream. It's a new flavor from Ben & Jerry's. The best way to solve that is to get out into the sunshine, go for a walk, be in nature, and then find a way to use whatever I might be good at or empathetic about and be of service. So this is probably super obvious to all of you, but I just wanted to remind you that, we're going through hurricanes, we're going through floods, we're going through wildfires in California and Idaho and Oregon. The smoke is so thick here in Boulder, Colorado, you're not supposed to be outside exercising. You're not supposed to be outside breathing right now. Is scary. We have a president, whether you love him or don't love him, who is kind of turning over a lot of democratic norms. I have no problem with Republicans. My dad is conservative. I'm not a Trump fan. But without getting into politics too much, it's a very scary time politically. We have a pretty wild president. He obviously has access to the big red button, the launch codes. We have a nut over in North Korea. We have all kinds of challenges. We have climate change, which could cause the migration of something like, I don't know, I can't remember the number, but 160 million people live on coastal situations. They would all have to migrate. You can imagine the difficulties with food and with war and with looting and with things like rape always happen in mass migrations. So it's a scary time. So jump in, ask a question if you got a question, and I'll discuss whatever. I'm doing all of this pre-coffee, by the way. All I've had is Old Banana. And this bottle of amazing bourbon is on my table, but I have not, I'm not a big drinker in the morning. That we're admitting to. All right. So if you have any questions, jump in. If not, what I will put in a plug for is you can join me for 3 months in Elephant Academy, and we teach people how to communicate, how to find your path of service, and how to find a path of service in the Buddhist world. We call it right livelihood. So you don't just want to serve and be a martyr. Trungpa Rinpoche, my parents' Buddhist teacher, this guy, had this wonderful saying where he said, it's not good enough to be a martyr. We have to win. Good has to win. And this isn't a war that we're winning. The peace has to win. Often when we want to create more peace, we wind up creating more aggression. We go out and we yell at Trump fans, or we yell at Hillary fans, or we yell at Bernie fans, or we yell. There's so much aggression back and forth. And the way to create peace is not to create further aggression. So in Buddhism, they say first tame yourself, then go out there, and then you can be an activist and create peace. But if you're just going to go out and activist and vilify other people, you're going to make what you hate stronger. And what we hate fundamentally is aggression. All right. Well, I'll see if there's any questions. If you have a question, I will answer. We got Tomden Wangdu, who I love. I don't know if you're still with us, but he is an example of this. He runs the Tibetan Village Project, which I've been involved with, or Tibet Village Project for many years, and he goes to Tibet. He is Tibetan. The Chinese allow him to go because he's not vilifying them, and he goes and he helps out these Tibetans who are in dire need of education, of jobs. He helps set them up with jobs they can do with tents in the winter after the earthquake. These are insulated tents. You can imagine how desperate a people are who in the Himalayas are grateful to have an insulated tent to live in the winter. So this guy's amazing. We got Hayden, Amy, Nikki, bunch of people. If you want, just say where you're from and what's going on. Maybe what is your you got the wrong link in there, Elephant People. That is a scam website. Can I delete that? I can. All right. Okay. So yeah. So find your right livelihood. So in right livelihood in Buddhism, we say finding your path of service isn't just about being a martyr and selflessly helping others. It's selflessly helping others, but it's also selflessly helping yourself. Finding a way you can make money doing so. Paying your bills is a virtue. Sorry, it's so weirdly dark sometimes. Got a lot of light behind me. We have to join all those things together. We have to be able to find a way to make a living and be of benefit. And now is a wonderful time to be able to do so. We have Kickstarter, we have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have all these ways to get the word out on whatever weird hobby or whatever dream job you want to do. And that didn't really exist in the 90s. When I wanted to start my own business back in the 90s, I couldn't because I was broke. Now there's incredible opportunity to do that. So we kind of teach about all that. I think we got the right link in there now, Elephant Academy, with a new typo. Or if you'd like, you can own the Elephant Academy. They've clearly had too much coffee and I haven't had enough. And they put it in twice this time. You guys are on a roll. All righty. If there's no questions, I'm going to get out of here. Garen's from Loveland, Ohio. Brooke, beautiful comment from California. I am so tired of all the hate and ego. Peace is the answer from California. Yeah, in the immortal words of Martin Luther King Jr., he said, hate is not the answer. I've looked at that, I've tried that or something. Peace, love is the only answer. And that sounds nice, but it's a powerful statement. You can't hate hate and solve hate. You can't bomb people into peace, right? I think that's in a song. Amy from Kansas City, Missouri. Only out of love can we be of help. And love doesn't always have to be this sort of nicey, positive-y thing. Love can be fierce, but it needs to not vilify the enemy, right? So when the world is filled with evil, the way we transform everything going wrong is by touching in with our fundamental goodness, finding out what we have to offer and sharing that. And I hope you'll join me in Elephant Academy. It's always a ton of fun. Amy, where do I find my path I have no problem with doing for others without it being a benefit to me? It can be a benefit to you. See, nothing's wrong with you. Helping others helps yourself. I just feel like I cannot be of service Well, I can't really answer that without knowing what your joy is, but I can say that in Elephant Academy, we empower people and we train people on how to communicate and how to get attention on whatever your thing is, and your thing can be a benefit. And that's what we focus on. And it's pretty successful. We had 140 people. It's pretty fun. Kisa from Presshof, Germany. Jay, love right back to you. Any other comments? If not, I might have to go get coffee. I need it. All righty. I think I'm out. Thanks, folks. Oh, Amy. So yeah, just click the Elephant Academy link. The deadline is in 24 hours. We're not about salesy bullsh crap. So if I'm talking about something, it's because I genuinely believe it's a wonderful offering, and it really, the time is now for something, anything like the Elephant Academy. In Buddhism, they say you can go 10,000 lifetimes without running into truth or into the Dharma. When you have a chance to practice something that can transform yourself from suffering, from feeling lost, to being of service and enjoying your life. I know I do. I'm of some service, I hope, and I enjoy my life pretty thoroughly. And that is thanks to Dharma, to meditation, and to being of service. And that's what we teach in the Elephant Academy: how to rock Instagram, how to rock Facebook, how to write genuinely, how to find your voice, and all those tools will help you fulfill your right livelihood. So right now, if you're a yoga teacher, or a massage therapist, or an entrepreneur, or whatever your thing is, an arts and crafts teacher, you can magnetize people to that through social media, that instead of being hypey and narcissistic, as so much social media is, genuine and helpful. I hope that makes sense. This is the longest I've ever talked without having coffee, but I've already mentioned that. Douglas, I'm in Chicago. When I'm done with school, I am planning on opening a community acupuncture practice to work with the LGBTQ community. Douglas, that sounds amazing. I think everyone should give Douglas a like and a love and a heart and a hug, and any way we can help. And Douglas, what I would say is, one of the ways you can do that is you could write about it on Elephant or on your own blog or whatever. You can Instagram about it. You can use social media instead of for hate, for communicating. Oh yeah, Nienke, you must be a veteran. Yeah, I remember your name. So we always used to meditate in these. So yeah, take a great posture. If you'd like to join for a minute of meditation, I'll offer some instruction, and then I'll show Redford. People haven't seen Redford for a while. Actually, I'll show him first. He's hiding behind the couch. He's waiting to go out. He loves cafes just as much as I do because they're social and fun. He just yawned. Good timing. All right. Yeah, Lee Garrett, exactly. How do you deal with this impending feeling of doom with all the talk of nuclear war? So in Buddhism, we have a blog, maybe you could put in the comments, Molly, called, I think it's The Buddhist Approach to Worry, or something. It's something about worrying. And basically it says, if you can solve it, why worry, right? There's no problem. And if you can't solve it, why worry? It's out of your hands. So on some level, that's what is going on with nuclear war. You just have to create peace in your own life, and there's a little ripple effect. And through tools we talk about with Elephant Academy, maybe you can have a bigger ripple. But if you just have a small ripple and you help one person out, you smile at someone in a cafe, you tell someone their dress or their jacket or whatever is beautiful, you help someone across the street, you do whatever it is. I'm talking about cliche stuff, but whatever it is, if you can be helpful and of service, that is great. And again, if you want much more in depth, you can join me in Elephant Academy. The deadline is tomorrow night to jump in. So just check it out, and you can audit, which is super cheap, or you can do the full academy, which is super fun. All right, so let's meditate for a minute, and then I'll answer any final questions if there are. Or I'll do my best to. Buddhist rule re-worrying. There you go. Lee, check out that blog. Thank you, Molly, for finding that. It's a great blog. Because the solution to worry and anxiety is not to ignore it. Ignoring stuff is positivity, and positivity is not positive. Positivity is pushing away bad and clinging to good. And as you know from love relationships, if you cling to love, you kind of crush it. You ruin it. And if you push away bad, then you're not dealing with reality. We have to deal with, we have to confront and deal with, as Michael Jackson said, the man in the mirror or the woman in the mirror. All right. So we have to face our challenges head on with some vulnerability and bravery. All right, let's meditate for a sec. If you're inspired to stick around, take a great posture. This is basic meditation, Buddhist meditation. Your eyes are going to be open. Please don't close your eyes. So we're not trying to separate ourselves from our daily experience. Eyes are open, but your eyes can go down. They can be somewhat unfocused. Take the best posture you've had all day. Take a great posture, a Wonder Woman posture, a Superman posture, and then relax. Don't be rigid. You can shake around a little bit, loosen up. Okay, find your breath in and out, and then put your hands together. None of this is religious. This is very basic and human. Just dedicate yourself to being a benefit. May this meditation, may my day be a benefit to myself and others. Find your breath in and out. And you can do this in the morning, in the evening, on your own. Those are the two most powerful times to meditate: when you first wake up, right before you go to bed. It'll help all your dreams, if any of you deal with insomnia or weird dreams, and it'll help your whole day if you do it in the morning. Place your attention lightly on your breath in and out. If you find your attention drift, you start thinking about girls or work or boys or nuclear war, good or bad, happy or sad. Just notice that, label it thinking gently to yourself, and return your attention lightly to your breath. So let's try that for a minute. Breathe in, breathe out. If you're distracted, label it thinking silently. Bring your attention back to the breath. If you think this isn't working, label it thinking, come back to the breath. If you're thinking this is working, I'm going to be enlightened, label that thinking, come back to the breath. And then to end your meditation, you just bow to one another and the whole world and go about your day. It's not a big spiritual thing. In Buddhism, they say meditation should be as basic and everyday as brushing your teeth. At the same time, it's sacred, it's good to do, it's ordinary. I think in Buddhism, they call it ordinary magic. It's ordinary, it's everyday. In the same way that eating a good banana or drinking some good bourbon or having a great cup of coffee or kissing someone or petting your dog or even doing your dishes can be ordinary. And if you're present, is ordinary, but can be magic if you're fully present, if you fully show up for it. Nienke, thank you. You reminded me, so I owe you a big one. Give Nienke some love, folks, if so inspired. Helen, thank you. Amy, thank you. Rob, thank you. Lonica, love what you just said. We have to face our challenges and not ignore, because people keep telling me to ignore. It doesn't help anything. Yeah, if Molly, if you can, in reply to Lonica, tag her, and I wrote the Positivity Manifesto on Elephant, which is not pro-positivity, but it is important to be positive. You can be optimistic, forward-looking, but that is very different than positivity, which is more about, I'm going to envelop myself in a big white cloud of goodness and get rid of all the toxic, evil, badness stuff, stress. And that actually makes your approach to life more stressful. Amy, does the elephant offer ways or show ways to service globally? Well, there are many, many ways to serve the world globally. But we give you the tools to do that. So that's really our focus with the Academy, not particular livelihoods, but to give you the tools for any right livelihood. So if you're inspired, jump into Elephant Academy. Super fun, I guarantee it. I guarantee it. And it would be fun to have a big group. We've had a bigger group every single time. We had about 140 people, including auditors, last semester. We do it every 3 months. Sandy, I'm from Melbourne, Australia, and find that this meditation works. Yes, so do a couple minutes of meditation in the morning, even a few minutes, and a few right before you go to bed. And it's awesome. I've been starting to watch Walking Dead, which is all about zombies eating your face and stuff like that. And I meditate for a couple minutes after watching Walking Dead, and then I don't have all these crazy dreams about zombies eating my face, which I'm grateful for, because those are not fun dreams. But it's a fun show. All right. Anyone else? There's the Positivity Manifesto if you want to read that. I think the Elephant Academy is pinned. I'll quickly look over, see if there's any new comments. Lee, great question. All right, folks. Well, that was fun. There's too many people here to leave, but if there's not more questions, you're a very introverted bunch. You're all sitting there being quiet, or maybe you're just all multitasking. There's Lindsay. Zombies eating your head, Griselda. Well, on that note, when zombies are trying to eat your head, transform all mishaps into the Path of Bodhi. Thank you so much. This was a lot of fun. I hope I'll see you in Elephant Academy. Deadline's tomorrow night at midnight to check it out. Did you check out my Positivity Manifesto? Oh, yeah, you did, Edna Kate. All right, we'll do more of these if they're fun. If they were fun, if you enjoyed it, please give it a like or a love. That helps it get through the Facebook algorithm and out beyond the choir to all those who might give a carrot, and then we'll do lots more of these. And I wish you all a beautiful day. All right, bye from me, and bye from the little troublemaker. He gave up on me and he's taking a nap.